It has "Help me" scrawled upon it.
Poor man. He's blind. His legs are useless. And what does this sign say? War veteran, please give generous a lot.
Alms for the poor.
It sounds like you have more money in your cup than I have.
You don't have any money in my cup.
You know what I mean. Look! Isn't that a silver coin there?
Ah, well, some gents are most generous. Spare a few coins for an old soldier?
And just what is it you're doing?
Begging your pardon, sir, but I be begging.
What's your name?
I am called Henri. Well, actually, I'm called a lot of things. But Henri is the only one I answer to.
How can I get to meet Juliet?
She comes to that balcony sometimes. Give her a call.
How do you make a living?
Well, as you can see, I rely on charity. I'm just an old, blind, crippled soldier, wounded in the service of his country.
What do you want?
Can you spare a few coins for an old soldier?
Ha! You've got a silver coin already.
Well, that was given to me by a real gentleman, excepting he was a murderer.
You scoundrel! Get away from here!
OK. My, you're a mean one. Instead of picking on a poor beggar, why don't you help this gentleman?
What happened to him?
I think he was attacked.
Who is this fellow?
You mean who was he? I've no idea.
Who attacked this poor man?
Assassins, sir. Footpads. They robbed him and then ran away.
What do these murderous fiends look like?
Hard to say, sir. Me being a poor, blind, crippled veteran and all, but one of them gave me this Spanish silver coin.
Where did the blackguards go?
The men who killed him? I think I heard them go into the tavern.
So you're a blind man then?
Yes, wounded in the service of my country.
So how do you know the coin is silver?
Ah.
Will you give me that silver coin?
I see you don't know much about this begging business. You see, you're supposed to give me money, not the other way round.
I'll trade a gold coin for your silver.
That's a fair rate of exchange, sure enough.
Hey, I thought you were a cripple.
Me, sir? No, sir. I have these terrible war wounds, though, which cause me great pain. So I need a draught of wine to help ease the agony. If you need any more help, just ask for me in the tavern. Henri's the name. Excuse me.
Does this place ever close? Hey, you in the inn!
Did you hear someone outside?
If it's me wife, tell her I'm not here.
Hey, you in the inn!
Pipe down out there.
We're trying to have a quiet drink in here.
Let's take a look in here. This looks like a lively tavern. I wonder what he really knows about what happened outside.
I'll have you know, I was nearly murdered right outside this tavern.
Nearly murdered, you say? How did you survive?
They murdered someone else instead.
Enough of your nonsense. And another thing. This is the third time this week you've been late.
It's all because of that stupid clock behind the town square. It's running an hour late.
Ha! A likely story. You were begging in the streets again.
Me? Begging? I don't come here to be insulted, Paul.
No? Where do you go? Now, no more loafing. And no more begging.
If you paid me properly, I wouldn't have to beg.
You fat crook. You've only just eaten a half ham.
You're right. I really ought to have a lie down.
No! Get to work at once, or you're fired.
Fair enough. I shall become a gentleman's manservant.
That's his bad luck and my good. You can't expect me to pay you more. You never do any work.
It's because I'm so hungry. If I could only afford to eat more.
No, I've paid you for this week already.
But I've spent it all.
You should live within your means.
I would. If you weren't so mean with my means.
If you don't get on with some work, I shall fire you.
All right, but first, can we discuss my pay?
You, fellow. Don't I know you?
If you're a lawyer come to tell me of my lost inheritance, yes. Otherwise, no.
I've seen you before. Aren't you the fellow I was talking to outside?
Who, me?
Who's in charge here?
I am the head waiter.
You scoundrel! This is my tavern.
Whose tavern?
Yours. I mean ours, my pet.
Where is the HQ of the Musketeer Regiment?
In the town square, the large building with a flag on the roof. Are you the new commander?
No, I'm just an ensign.
An ensign? How much does one of those make a week? Enough to be able to afford a manservant, I'll bet.
Where can I find a priest?
At the cathedral along the road at the side of this tavern. Shall I take you?
You stay here and get on with your work, both.
What exactly did you see in the street?
Out in the street, you say? You mean while I was hurrying to work?
You know where, you oaf. You were begging in the doorway.
Shh!
Those men you said you saw, are they in here?
Men? How could I have seen any men? I'm just a poor blind
So, you admit you were begging?
Yes, I mean no. I mean, I don't know where I've seen this gentleman before.
Any chance of some service?
Just a minute. I'm pretty busy, you know.
I'll serve you, sir. We must not disturb Henri's rest.
I think that's all for now.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Excuse me for interrupting.
No apology needed, young man. What can I do for you?
How about something to eat?
Please talk to Sally.
Don't torture the gentleman. He's new in town.
Could I get a drink, please?
Please speak with my waitress, monsieur.
I'm busy chastising this scoundrel.
Where can I get a room for the night?
You're in luck. A fine room became vacant just yesterday.
Landlord, are there any strangers in tonight?
None at all, young man. Excepting those lads playing cards. Most of my passing trade has been regulars.
What do you know about those card plays?
Nothing. And that's how it's going to stay.
Why are you angry with this beggar?
He's supposed to be my barman. Beggar, eh? So, Henri, you have been found out.
No, it was just a figure of speech.
How much is the room?
1 franc a night. 6 francs for the whole week. You will not find a room so cheap in all Rouen.
Thank you for your trouble.
No trouble at all, monsieur. Now then, as for you, Henri.
What is it now, Paul? Can't you see I'm busy?
They're playing cards with Spanish silver. That must be them. They still have those Spanish silver coins.
Do you have Philippe the farmer's son?
No. What about you?
Have you got Monsieur Croc the Baker.